friends, welcome and welcome back to 8 Moon Phases. My name is Chivis, and today we're going to be working on part 2 of our quilt. So what we're going to be doing today is drawing the diagonal line of our squares, which is the line that we're going to be drawing to the right and to the left. And we're going to sew our squares and we're going to cut them. Once we have that, and we'll start to organize them and see which is the best way that we want to lay out our quilt. If you did not watch the last video, I will put it somewhere so you guys can go ahead and click and go and check. Either way, it's in the playlist under Cat's Eye Quilt, I believe. You'll find it there. While you're looking, you can go look at all the other videos that we have uploaded. Before we get started today, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, enable that notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time that I upload a video. And if at any point after this video you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button. It is free and it helps a lot. Let's go. Alrighty, it is Sunday, and on the last video, I told you guys that I was going to have something done today. If you haven't watched the video, pause right here, go back and watch it, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. Or if you just want to watch, that's fine. So I did finish the bag. Here it is. We have it here. Single, you're able to loop it on your arm. It looks fantastic. Let me stand up a little bit. That's how it looks. I do have the lining fabric. I haven't lined it yet, but this is the fabric that I'm going to be using to line it. I thought it was very cute. It goes with the pink and the white. Almost spot on with that pink. So this is what I'm going to be lining it with. And all I'm going to do is just flip it inside out, do some sewing magic, and insert it. Maybe if I have enough fabric, I will probably add a little tiny pocket inside. But that will be for later. But yeah, see, I told you guys that you could believe in me. Trust that I was going to get it done. And here it is. It is completed. Alrighty, now let's go. A little quick recap of what we are doing, or what we're supposed to be doing. We have our colored squares. These were the ones that were pre-cut. We did nothing to them. Literally, this is just how they are. And we have our cut squares from last video, which was our whites and our darks. I'm not going to draw on the darks because it's going to be very hard to see. I am going to draw on these. All of the squares printed and the dark ones have go sandwiched with this, because once we cut them, half of it is going to be either the dark or the print, and then the other half is going to be this white one. So all of these minus 4 squares, because we have 4 white solid squares, I'm going to remove 4, and all of these are going to get a diagonal line drawn across it. So I'm just going to grab, this is an erasable pen. Technically it's not for fabric or sewing or whatever, but it is a friction erasable. I love these pens. I love these pens. I have like 4 packets of them. But yeah, so I'm going to use this to draw just a diagonal line down this side. And then on the diagonal line, I'm not going to sew on that line. I'm going to sew 1/4 inch to the right, 1/4 inch to the left. Once we have our sewn edges, I'm going to cut through the line that I drew, and that's going to give me 2 separate squares. Again, don't worry. If you cannot visualize it, you will see it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go through all of these 70, I believe, 70 squares that we have. It's supposed to, yeah, I think we did 74 minus the 4 is 70, obviously. So through all of these 70 squares, I'm going to go and draw a diagonal line, just one, and then we're going to move on to our sewing machine. We have our square here. Just going to grab this line here. I'm going to see if this pen works good. If not, honestly, I can do it with a pencil because this line is not going to be visible once we make our cuts. So it really doesn't matter if it's visible or not. All right. So now we have here, again, half of it. We're going to sew a line over here. about right there, and then we're going to sew another line right there, and then we're going to go snip, 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 snip through this line. Going to give you one triangle here, one square here, and then one square here once we open our fabric up. So this one is going to go paired with either a dark one or a printed one. Which one can I get faster? This printed one right here. And it's going to go right sides together. So this is the back side of my fabric, or the wrong side of my fabric. This is my right side. Again, this is a printed side, or my right side, and this is the white side, which is the wrong side. I'm going to put it like this, right about there, as best centered as best as possible. We do our sewings, cut it, and then once we have it cut, then I would open it this way. And we have one there, and then we open it or we open it the other one, and we have the second one there. Yes, a little bit better of a picture. If you still don't get it, don't worry. I'm going to walk you through every single step. If you would like to, again, this is not a tutorial, honestly. I don't think I'm qualified to give sewing tutorials just yet. There's still a lot that I need to learn, but this seems fairly easy, fairly easy, that if I'm able to explain it, I'm pretty sure you can keep up with me. But if you are working on any sort of quilting or any sort of craft, let me know down below. What is your current project? Or what is something you would like to get into? I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the next project that I want to do, which is, well, no, I don't want to spoil anything. But I do want to start working, for the next video, Thursday's video, it's going to be interesting. I'll just say it's going to be a first time trying it for the first time. Yeah, hopefully you guys like it. If you do, again, make sure that you guys are checking. You all know that we upload videos every Thursday and Sunday as best I can. As of right now, I haven't had any issues. It's been doing good. My other channel, I have stopped uploading videos for the time being. I was playing again. I was playing Ark. I still am occasionally, but there's been a few bugs that I haven't been able to really enjoy the game as much. There is an update coming to a previous map that I had been playing, Astreos. I was actually. Let me tell you guys a little bit about that video. About that map. The first videos that I had started recording for Ark were about Astreos, and I just never uploaded them because I think I had 3 or 4 beginning episodes, and I kind of, I don't know, I just decided not to upload them because the editing, and I don't know, I just didn't think they were good enough, so I didn't. But now that I started doing this one, I will continue playing on Lost Colony. I will try and attempt at least to do one of the boss fights. If you've followed my other video, you know that I think I was at this video during Vlogmas. Then I told you guys that I wasn't a boss fighter for the most part. I kind of just chill on the game and do pretty much whatever I want. But I want to try it, I want to try it. It is the newest map. I do know as of right now, the boss fight is a little bit bugged. So I'm not in a rush to get that completed. But soon, hopefully soon. If you haven't checked that video out, if you haven't checked that other channel out, maybe if I remember, you'll be able to find a link in the description of this video. I will make a note. I will make a note to make sure that I add the link. It's just my other channel. It's actually the channel, my original channel, actually, that I had before this one. But yeah, all right. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep doing this for the remaining this many blocks. And then once we are at our sewing machine, I will catch up with you and I will let you guys know what our next step is, which our next step is going to be sewing. So I'm going to go ahead and continue drawing this diagonal line and pair up all of my squares. I might pin the sides of it. So one pin to each diagonal. I usually don't pin, but I think it's just going to be easier to be able to chain stitch them once I have them all at the sewing machine. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll probably record a little bit along the way, and then I'll meet you guys over once we are at the sewing machine. We are here. We have most of our squares pinned, ready to sew. I didn't get to do them all. I was missing most of these blue ones. Those are the only ones that I'm missing. But I ran out of pins, at least the pins that I had there. I know that I have more, but I didn't want to go through the trouble. So I'm going to do these. And then from then, I'm going to go and finish pinning the other ones. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys back once we are ready to cut. So you guys can understand a little bit more how it's going to work. And then from that, we'll come back, start cutting, and then we'll see where we can go from there. All right, here's where I currently am at. I did something that is called chain stitching or chain piecing, because as you can see, I created a whole chain of all of the squares that I've cut. So I'm gonna try to, because I only did one side so far. This is our line is here in the middle, the pink one we did yesterday. We have this one here, and I have to do a sewing line on the other side. So I'm gonna go try to do it as they are pieced. That way I only have to go through and cut one of them. I am gonna start removing the pins on the side that's already sewn. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and go back and then start cutting all of our pieces. Once we cut them, I do have to iron them out, flatten them out, press them if you use the correct terminology. But now I'm going to go on the other side of this line and draw and stitch another line here. And then from there, we'll come through. I'll bring you guys back when we're ready to start splitting all of these. I don't know if it's going to work. I did overlap a few of them, so it may or may not work. I may need to go cut as I go, but that's fine. I have my little pair of scissors right here. So let's go. Alrighty, I have finished piecing all of these on both sides of the line. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and separate each square. After I separate each square, then we're going to go through and cut down to the middle. I'm only going to do a few on camera because it's a very repetitive. And like this, you're literally just snipping away. So again, I'm going to continue cutting each individual square. And I know some of them aren't aligned perfectly, and that's okay because I am going to be squaring them as we go. Meaning I'm going to make sure that they're perfect squares before we actually start or decide how we want to put the design together. All right, so I'm going to continue cutting the rest of these. I have like 3 little different stacks. And then once I'm done, I'll bring you guys back so we can start slicing them through the half. This might be a little bit of a weird angle, but now we're going to go through and cut. There are a few stitches that I didn't like that I may go back and fix. So I'm going to set those blocks to the side. I am going to make sure that to check all of them just in case. But for the ones that we are going to cut, I'm just going to find a bigger ruler to begin with. Give me a quick second. I'm going to walk around. Y'all can't see me, but just over here on the other desk trying to grab the ruler that I was using when I was drawing the line. Alrighty, I am back. So all I'm going to do is find that line that we drew. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit more so you guys can see. So on that line that we drew, I'm going to put my ruler there. And all I'm going to do is cut. So now I have 2 squares. Once I press that, I am going to be pressing them all to the dark side. I'm going to go through and I'm going to make sure that I square all of these new squares. So now we have 2. We're going to go through and do that with all of the remaining blocks that we have. Total of 70, which means we have. And at this point, my microphone battery died, so you have me. I believe I was just telling you that we still had quite a few to go, and yeah, we're just gonna continue to slice away, making sure that our lines are straight, except for that one that we need to go back and fix.
I will be fixing that particular spot or that whole side once I am doing the other blue squares that we were missing. But yeah, let's continue to cut away. Here, I still had not realized that my microphone had stopped working, but I'm just explaining that I am pressing the seams to the printed side or the dark side in the case of the blue, just making sure that they're straight, making sure that they're flat, making sure that they're pretty, and showing you that now we have our squares. Those are the squares that we're going to be organizing, putting together to create the design of our quilt. But yeah, every square has to be pressed just so it does not look all uneven. And after pressing them, I am going to go through and make sure that I am squaring them off, which means I have to make sure that they're all perfect squares. I started with a 5.5 square or 5-inch square before sewing, and now I believe they're going down to a 4.5. I would need to double check those measurements, but see, with the dark blue, we are pressing to the dark side. It just makes the lighter side or the white side look a little bit neater. Uh, yeah, let's continue with our pressing.
Well, my microphone died halfway through, but that is okay. You guys can still hear me. And I'm going to continue to press all of our blocks that we made. In the meantime, from now until the next video, I am going to continue with the other lot of squares that I did not get to piece together. Remember, we did run out of pins, so we still have that set of blocks to do, which is just white and the dark blue ones. But as I continue to do that, in our next video, I am going to square off all of the squares, as well as start to play around with the organization and design that I want for the top of the quilt, and to see which colors go best with which designs. If you are interested, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, make sure that you enable that notification bell, and if you like this video, please make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. And of course, let me know down below, what are you working on? What are you most excited about? And don't forget, our next video on Thursday is going to be trying something for the first time. So I hope to see you there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.